And joining us now to discuss the situation in Senegal is an international affairs analyst, Paul Ejime. Good to have you join us, Paul Ejime. We've seen this trend on social media, issues around the things going on in Senegal. We've seen that Free Senegal is trending on social media, and that all revolves around Ousmane Sonko. He's been accused of rape. The Interior Minister also said he violated the COVID-19 protocol, which restricts gathering, as well as traffic plan. What do you make of the circumstances surrounding his arrest?
Well, thank you for having me, by the way. You may look at it from two angles. If an offense has been committed, or a crime, I think the due process should be followed. But there is a subtext to this. This is against someone who is, an opposition leader. He came third, like you mentioned, in the last election in 2019. And the practice in Africa is what is the problem by politicians or ruling governments. They go after their opponents using all sorts of excuses. And here, Sonko is saying that, this is a politically motivated, trumped-up charge. And how does anybody who, is now difficult for any neutral body, any neutral person to tell whether actually he committed the crime because of the background to it. And so then what has happened is, apart from his supporters, what is also happening is that there has been a growing dissatisfaction with the government of Macky Sall, who is accused of trying to go the way that many African countries, many African leaders are going. Maybe a third term is in the offing. And so those have joined the riots and then attacking, groceries, looting grocery shops, and then even French, filling station Total, and that is targeting the French interests. So there is so much to it.
I just want to quickly jump in here because you mentioned the fact that we've seen the large turnout of protesters in Senegal. Rape is a very serious allegation. When you look at the turnout of the large numbers of protesters, do you think that that's in support of Ousmane Sonko, or is really just some sort of rejection of the government of President Macky Sall?
It's a combination. That's what I was trying to say, that agreed, some of his supporters are part of it, but the civil society group are also part of it. And it's not that all of them are saying that if a man committed a crime that he should not be tried, but it's just the circumstances that is the problem. And so it's a combination of all things. Like I said, yes, his supporters have been called out and they're there attacking, but they're also attacking pro-government media and destroying property, while government on its own is also responding a very hard situation. They've placed embargo on two private TV stations, and then internet, I hear, is also restricted for since morning. So it is escalating, and that is not what should happen. Whether or not it is a crime should be dealt with, according to law, but not to paint it because this one is tainted with political coloration, and that is where the problem lies.
Senegal is largely known for its stability. In West Africa, it is perhaps one of the most stable countries in West Africa. What does this mean for ECOWAS, which already has a lot of crises to deal with, whether with Mali, Ivory Coast, and other countries?
It doesn't bode well. It's an ominous sign. If Senegal, like you said, which has been relatively peaceful, mind you, it is not also a stranger to similar this type of protest. One in 2012, and it had to do with the former president going for a third term. So if that is what the writing that people are reading, it's likely Senegal will find itself among the infamous group of those where in countries where a third-term issue has triggered problems, like in Cote d'Ivoire, like in Guinea. And so it's not good for ECOWAS that is already overstretched, ECOWAS countries that are suffering from insecurity, and also the pandemic from coronavirus. So I think the earlier the better. They shouldn't wait until it gets to the point where maybe military takes over or something else gets to the point they should now kick whatever mediation or resolution mechanism they have into action before it becomes too late.
All right, we'll see how ECOWAS will respond to the current situation in Senegal. International Affairs Analyst Paul Ejime, thanks for talking to us as always.
Thank you for having me.